Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Just in my car for a few minutes that I talk to you about some things to do now that you don't drink. I remember when I was drinking and I was trying to get sober, I really couldn't imagine my life without drinking. Everything I did revolved around drinking. It just seemed like that was my only activity. And when I would hear people say, things to do instead of drinking, it just seemed really corny to me, really unrealistic, just like, I'm not going to do that. And now that I'm sober, I really find that some of those suggestions are really helpful. But at the time, I really couldn't see it. And there was no way you could tell me, hey, I don't know, go to the beach, and that would take the place of my drinking. It's really hard when you're in the midst of it, when you're in the whole of it. You really can't see yourself doing anything but drinking. I really know that was the case with me. It just seemed like all I did was drink, and all I thought about was drinking. And then some of my fun activities that I enjoyed, I would think about them with drinking. So for example, I'm a really big music lover. I really would always have alcohol and music seem to really go hand in hand. I love nature, camping, for example. I still haven't been camping yet sober. I'm yet to see what it's like. Going to the lake, going to the beach, barbecuing, just anything that I would do. Reading, I would do it with the drink. Cleaning the house, every activity. And so once I decided to stop drinking and I took drinking away, I really felt sometimes a little empty. I felt a little bored, and I would think to myself, well, now what do I do? And I was going through my rehab, and I used to think, how am I going to do anything I used to enjoy without drinking? It really seemed impossible. And like I said, it takes work. It is mindset, but you can do it. There are some things you can do instead of drinking. So I just thought I'd talk about a few of them. I hope it helps you. They're helping me so far, and I'm still learning and looking to whatever else can help me. Maybe you have some tricks and tips up your sleeve you can tell me about. But I'll start with the first one. So the first one is create a different ritual for drinking with like maybe a different drink. And I'm not saying to replace one addiction with another. But what I mean is sometimes when you would drink, like for myself, for example, and people I know close to me, they had a little ritual, that same cup, come home from work, you get that cup or that wine glass, that bottle opener, whatever, my ice, have my certain drink, my bottle was ready, and I had my mixer with it. I'll just use myself as an example. I'd come home, I'd have vodka, and I'd have club soda, and I had lime. Sometimes I'd use seltzer water, but it was kind of like a little ritual. I just had my little steps. When I was drinking wine, I had my same wine glass, my wine opener, and it was chilled and ready for me. And it was also the process of looking forward to it. Like, this is what I was gonna drink. These are the steps I'm gonna take. This is what I'm gonna do. And so when I stopped drinking, it was kind of like the habit was still there, the mental part of it. I compare it to when they say that someone was smoking and then they stopped smoking. The hand to mouth activity was kind of like something that was hard for them. That's why people would overeat. So they kind of would try to do other things, like maybe use a straw or chew gum. So I know it sounds funny, but I had to do that. So right now I'm a huge fan of seltzer water. I was before, but I really, really enjoy seltzer water. I look forward to it. It's a little ritual for me. I have the seltzers that are my favorite. Sometimes I'll treat myself and do a little different. Instead of just drinking from the can, I put them on ice. When I go to a restaurant, I have club soda with lime. It's really enjoyable. I also picked up coffee. I'm not saying to go out and be a caffeine junkie. This is decaf. But I just think at home, I bought myself a coffee machine. I never had one before. I have my little pods. I put a little heavy cream in my cup and one or two Splendas, and I sit there and wait for the coffee to be brewing, and I smell it and it's warm, and the anticipation, it's just great. Sorry, I had to take a sip. The anticipation is of the cup of coffee I'm going to have. It's just something to look forward to. It's a little treat. Kind of like I used to look forward to having my alcohol beverage. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's still a little ritual in the morning, and I really enjoy it. So that's something that maybe you can do. Another thing that I fine, and I heard like things to stop drinking, and I didn't really listen, but I really think this one is a good one, is self-care. When I would drink, self-care was not a priority for me. I didn't care about myself, because obviously how would I drink so much? I didn't really care about myself. Things like going to get a pedicure, going to get a manicure, getting my eyebrows threaded, maybe a massage, shopping for things for fun that are not necessities instead of going to buy alcohol. I really neglected all of those things, and I find now that I'm sober, not only do I want to do those things for myself, but they help me feel better about myself and take my mind off the fact that I'm missing out on drinking, because that's what it would feel like, that I'm missing out on something. So going to get my nails done is very enjoyable. Going to get a pedicure feels really enjoyable. Getting my eyebrows threaded feels really enjoyable. Just little things that I wasn't doing before, I just really enjoy them now. I look forward to them now. It's a little treat for myself. I look at it as taking care of myself. I really didn't do those things when I was drinking. I mean, if I did, they were really sporadic, or I was drinking while I was doing it. I mean, so that's something that is really great. Self-care is really important. Maybe it's a bubble bath instead of just taking a shower, rushing to work. But just care for yourself. And it's not being selfish. There's nothing wrong with it, especially speaking from a woman and from a mom and a nurse perspective. It was always do for everybody else, and I was very neglected. And the only thing I did for myself was reward myself with drinking. That was my treat. I worked a long day, have a drink. I cleaned the house, have a drink. I took care of the kids, have a drink. There was really nothing else for me. And so self-care is really just for you. It's very rewarding. It makes you feel good. It's healthy. And I really encourage you to make that something you do to replace drinking, self-care. Okay, another thing is exercise. I'm just now starting to get into my fitness journey, and I'm really looking forward to what 2021 has in store. I'm looking to build some muscle. The relationship with me and my son in the gym, the bond we're having there is strengthening, just because now we're doing something else, and it's just making us get closer, so that's really fun. But you don't have to be in the gym. When I'm in exercise, when I first started really getting sober, I took a lot of walks. Not only did I feel better with the weight loss coming off, but walking just cleared my mind. It cleared my head. I played really great music. It was also good for me for my exercise, fitness, weight loss world too. But mentally, just taking a nice walk outside in the sun, the weather was nice, and I would just feel so good afterward. And I walked every day, sometimes 45 minutes to an hour when I first started getting sober. And I really do miss that. I'm going to get back to my nature walks and to walking outside. But for now, I've been going to the gym. But we can't, neglect our physical health, but we can't negate the fact that alcohol takes away so much time away from us. It just took a lot of time away from me, and I felt like I had all this free time now that I wasn't drinking, and so exercise was a good way to fill it. The other thing that I would suggest, I don't know if you have the same issues as I did, but I had a lot of difficulty just being able to relax. Alcohol relaxed me. That's what I look forward to, relaxation, having my drink. Some of you, it's having your wine. You come home from work, relax. The alcohol is what you do to relax. But sometimes I wouldn't just relax my mind, de-stress from work, watch television, movies. I'm not a big TV watcher anyway. I just really don't think there's so much good out of watching TV all the time. But when I first started getting sober, I really did find that just sitting in the bed watching movies and just relaxing just for the sake of relaxing, just because, was something I didn't really do. I didn't seem to really take time just to relax. And when I did that, I was like, wow, just sitting in the bed watching movies, snuggled up with the blanket on, it was so enjoyable. And I was like, did I just take it for granted before? There's so many great movies to watch. I know when I was drinking a lot, I would try to watch movies with the kids or by myself, and I would pass out through the middle of the movie. So many times I'd miss a great movie because I was just too buzzed and I didn't finish the movie. I remember that. So it's nice now to just watch a movie just for the sake of it, just cuddled up in the warm bed or on your sofa and just enjoy really good movies. And I appreciate them so much more now. And I know I can go to the theater or I can watch the Netflix movie. I will see the whole movie. I will remember the whole movie, and I enjoy the movie, and I don't have a drink in my hand. I just went to the theater 2 weeks ago with my sons. The theaters are open in North Carolina. It was amazing. I haven't seen a movie in months living in California. So the fact that we were able to go to a movie, they had all the guidelines in place and this and that for those who were concerned. But the fact that we were able to go to a movie theater was amazing. I was so happy to take them. I enjoyed the movie. I did not have any alcoholic drinks in my purse, which was a first for me. I will say that was my first movie sober. Not in my whole life, but the last that I can remember. I mean, going to movie theaters always meant stopping at the store first. Always. I had to make sure we were on time because I would stop at the store first and get a drink in my purse. Amazing. Now that I don't drink anymore, it's like I really couldn't enjoy these movies sober. I had to really stop at the store first. It's amazing to me now that how my mind was, because I literally would take something to drink to the movies every single time. So that's a first for me, my first sober movie, and I was really excited and I enjoyed the movie and I watched the whole thing, and it wasn't even the movie that I chose, but it was an enjoyable family entertainment. So that's something that you might want to consider as well. The other thing is journaling. Writing. I was always into writing before I got on this journey. I used to write short stories, poetries, just little tidbits here and there. I want to write a book, this and that. I had a lot of ideas. I would never really finish any project. I just would kind of do it a little bit and just put it to the side. I'm not saying that maybe you're going to write novels and be a writer, but journaling has been really helpful. Going through your dark times, there's lot of trauma associated with drinking alcohol for so many years, and sometimes just getting everything in you out. So I did a lot of writing. It's really a good way to open up your mind, release some emotions that you're dealing with that maybe you're not comfortable sharing with anybody, but you need to get it out. It's a really creative outlet. It's just really rewarding just to journal. So I would encourage you to do that while you're going through your process of sobriety. You might can't imagine activity you could do. You could always pick up your journal and start to write. So just for a recap, have a little ritual for another beverage, exercise. What do we talk about? Writing, self-care. Those are some things you can do. I really encourage you to do them. If I think of some more ideas, maybe I'll make another video of things you can do instead of drinking, because I know you can stop drinking because I stopped drinking. If I can stop drinking, anyone can stop drinking. That's the truth. But anyway, just a little quick one. Hope that you enjoy this video. Please give it a like and a thumbs up, and make sure you check out the other videos on my channel. Bye.